evening, everyone. The Pharisees went off and plotted how they might entrap him in speech. They sent their disciples to him with the Herodians, saying, "Teacher, we know that you are a truthful man and that you teach the way of God in accordance with the truth. And you are not concerned with anyone's opinion, for you do not regard a person's status. Tell us then, what is your opinion? Is it lawful to pay the census tax to Caesar or not?" Matthew 22, verses 15 to 17. The Pharisees were very nationalistic and were strict observers of the law of Moses. It was their view that people should not have to pay taxes to the Romans, and many of the people agreed. The Herodians supported the Romans and therefore were supporters of Herod, the Jewish ruler appointed by the Roman emperor. One of Herod's responsibilities was to obtain taxes from the Jews for use by the Roman government. Those who opposed the paying of taxes to the Romans could even be put to death. This joint questioning of Jesus had one goal: to get him in trouble. If Jesus said it was unlawful to pay taxes to Caesar, Herod's soldiers could arrest him. If Jesus said that the people should pay taxes to Caesar, the Pharisees could turn the people against him. It appeared to be a lose-lose question posed to Jesus. Of course, Jesus' answer was perfect. Without violating the law of God, he also refrained from violating the civil law. Upon hearing his answer, all who heard him were amazed, and leaving him, they went away. The lesson learned from this passage is an especially important lesson to apply to family life.
Blessed be the Lord, blessed be the Lord, the God of mercy, the God who saves. I shall not fear the dark of night, nor the arrow that flies by day. He will release me from the nets of sinful men. He will protect me from their wicked hand. Beneath the shadow of his wings I will rejoice, to find a dwelling place secure. Blessed be the Lord, blessed be the Lord, the God of mercy, the God who saves. I shall not fear the dark of night, nor the arrow that flies by day. I need not shrink before the terrors of the night, nor stand alone before the light of day. No harm shall come to me, no arrow strike me down, no evil settle in my soul. Blessed be the Lord, blessed be the Lord, the God of mercy, the God who saves. I shall not fear the dark of night, nor the arrow that flies by day. Although 1,000 men have fallen at my side, I'll not be shaken with the Lord at hand. His faithful love is all the armor that I need to wage my battle with the foe. Blessed be the Lord, blessed be the Lord, the God of mercy, the God who saves. I shall not fear the dark of night, nor the arrow that flies by day.
Give Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and give to God what belongs to God. In this 29th Sunday, in ordinary time, brothers and sisters, the Lord was offered to choose. Whether he says yes, give to Caesar in terms of taxes, then he would be misconstrued as having an allegiance to Caesar. Either or, if he decides, would be caught off guard on the trap of the Pharisees and Herodians, brothers and sisters. But rightfully, the Lord asked, to whose inscription is written in the coin? And responded, it's Caesar. Thus the Lord told them, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and give to God what belongs to God. The answer of Jesus, brothers and sisters, was a serious one. It is something that they themselves discover the role as citizens of the state and citizens of the kingdom. There should never be conflict between the demands of the state and those of God. The state has a role, but its power is limited and does not supplant God. And from this principle, brothers and sisters, Christians could deduce that they could accommodate loyalty likewise to the state. Now, what does it mean that we give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and we give to God what belongs to God? It's a question, friends, of allegiance, loyalty. As citizens of this world, we have to be loyal to the state. We have to do our obligations. We have to be a good citizens in our place, in our country, in our state. But as citizens of the kingdoms, as brothers and sisters, as children of God, we have to give our utmost loyalty, allegiance to the Lord. Everything and anything we have, especially in terms of peace, justice, human rights, radicality of our free and loving response to the Lord. In most cases, brothers and sisters, they don't have like a conflict, but sometimes they may have. It's just a matter of putting things in a proper perspective. It's just a matter of putting things in its proper order. So much so that our utmost loyalty would only be to the Lord Himself. The Lord is the foundation of our being. The Lord is the foundation of our person. So much so that everything we have in terms of being a good citizen should emanate our being a good Christian. But nonetheless, we have to have a kind of critical collaboration to the state. being a good citizen in this world means we have to collaborate, cooperate, participate in the perspective of a person having been always inspired, anchored, and rooted in the Lord. As the words of St. Thomas More Sewell says, I die as the King's good servant, but God first. On the other hand, brothers and sisters, politics also plays a pivotal role in creating the kind of society in which we live. What greater vocation is there than to assume responsibility for national and international affairs, to work for peace and justice in the world, and for the betterment of human life for all. But more importantly, when we involve ourselves in politics, the Lord should always be our anchor. The Lord should always be our guide. The Lord should always be an inspiration. After all, He has come into the world not to be served, but to serve for the ransom of the many. A pleasant Sunday, brothers and sisters.